Welcome to episode 25 of BitesizeUGC. I'm Captain P.F. Dennis, and with me, as usual, is Kirkvet. This week and next, we'll be examining the two Gates of Sto-vo-kor mission contest entries.
The first is called The Honor of Prophet by Bezag. It's a light and humorous episode filled with choices, lots of details, and an explosive battle sequence. Let's begin, as always, with the story.
The mission begins on Josanna Station, where an unscrupulous Ferengi asks you to front for him at the auction of the only remaining Veron-T disruptor. You are sent to an Orion station in Denatu.
The story was fun and full of quirky characters. I especially like interviewing each of the auction attendees. I appreciate that the author took extra time to add lots of additional details to the story, while giving players the ability to skip those details. I hear that things ended well. Personally, I could not finish the mission, but the captain thinks it was worth 4 stars. On to map design.
This is an area where Baz seems to be improving more each time, as the maps were full of nice detail. I particularly enjoyed the auction house. However, there were very few maps needed in this mission.
The maps that I saw were all very well constructed, with lots of optional objectives and choices between combat and diplomacy. Some of the mechanics could be fine-tuned, but overall the mission has great sets with tons of additional details. Map design got 4.5 out of 5 stars. On to tech.
The trend in missions lately has turned away from tricks to find new ways to thrill players. Authors seem to be concentrating more on detailing maps, as is apparent in the 2 past STO Foundry Spotlight winners. It could also be in anticipation of new tech coming with the Season 6 upgrades.
With this mission there were lots and lots of branching dialogue combined with optional objectives. These details might seem simple to a normal player, but I appreciate how much work it required from Bezag's perspective. The diplomacy versus combat components were very well done. Tech gets a 5-star rating. Finally, to my despair, difficulty.
This will mark the first split between co-hosts, as I had less trouble with the main combat in this mission. A space battle made up of 2 battleships, assorted frigates, and fighters. I am a Commander 21, and I was able to approach from an angle, carefully luring out the big boys and beating on them first. I gave the battle and difficulty 4 stars.
Unfortunately, this is where I hit a brick wall. I must be terrible as a KDF player. I've found myself surrounded by 2 fed battleships, plenty of frigates, and several cruisers, and I just couldn't complete the mission. When I lured out one battleship from the group, I could only get him down to 93% before I exploded. The battle was really frustrating for me. I'm giving 2 stars, which makes an average of 3 stars overall. Here's the breakdown.
Support the Foundry by playing these missions for yourself.
This has been episode 25 of BitesizeUGC.